Freckled skin gave beneath my spade as I angled its honed point at the hollow of some poor female's throat. Milky eyes bored into mine when I braced my foot on the spade's tread, shifting my weight, bearing down until the blade sliced through her slender neck, tearing flesh and crunching bone. Her lips parted on a gasp, or perhaps I imagined that flicker of awareness before I snuffed her final remnants. Gods knew I hoped it was only guilt picking at scabs on my weary conscience. The death of even one innocent would break me, if any scrap of the old Kaidi remained. Tossing the spade aside, I wiped sweat from my brow and bent to check her pockets, finding them as empty as my own. No coin meant going another day without food. Not that I had much of an appetite after this, but I couldn't live on stale water for much longer. Soon I would need a hot meal and a safe place to rest, if one still existed. Gaze skimming the grassy field littered with the corpses of plague victims, I had my doubts. Exhaustion bore me to my knees. I was too tired to wince when one knee cracked on a loose stone. My chin hit my chest, and my eyes shut. The pulse of pain, of hunger, of regret lulled me. 1 minute lapsed, then 2. Any moment I would rise. Any time now. The press of cold metal against my throat shocked me awake. "I'll have your name, female." The booming masculine voice made my head throb. I hope not. I ignored the blade and rubbed my eyes clear. It would sound silly on a male. More pressure made breathing without cutting my neck difficult. "Tell me your name." I rolled around a few choices before saying, "Imani." His grunt called me on my lie. Interesting. Usually they couldn't tell. He nudged me with his boot. "What's your purpose here?" I shrugged. "The same as my purpose elsewhere, I imagine." Grasping my upper arm, he hauled me onto my feet and spun me to face him. I stifled a gasp when I met the pitch-black eyes informing me that I had run afoul of a Maimetidae warrior. I had tracked the plague to Cathis, the Maimetides' clan home, but had I been in my right mind, a state I barely recalled these days, I would have avoided their borders and continued on to the next city,